When I won How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria and went on to sing as Maria in The Sound of Music in the West End for 5 years, I often thought of returning to my native Wales to climb every mountain till I found my dream. And here I am, and just look at that view. This week, I'm looking forward to meeting some people from around Wales who've climbed a mountain of their own in more ways than one. And do join us in some rousing singing here in the land of song. Yes, this week, Songs of Praise is from beautiful Wales. Coming up, a hill shepherd reveals his secret, strange sightings in the mountains, rock climbing that's changing lives, wonderful hymns from Llandaff Cathedral and musical guests from around Wales. Cerys Matthews, Steve Balsamo and Elin Manahan Thomas. Some come up by train, others by foot, but whatever you do, come and experience the wonders of Snowdonia. I have got a lot of walking and climbing to do, from the Brecon Beacons in the south to the Cambrian Mountains in the west and the Cerneddau mountain range in the north. Now perhaps I won't be climbing every mountain, but I'll certainly tick off a few. Here, in the remote craggy rocks of Snowdonia, there is a rare species that spends its time jumping amongst the rocks. Surely this can't be its natural habitat. I'm off to explore further. I have managed to track down and capture this untamed wild creature. Matt, what brings you to the hills?
Well, actually, I consider this really to be my back garden because my house is only just round the corner, and this is one of the places I come to train as a mountain bike trials rider.
So what is mountain bike trials?
So trials riding is a specific form of mountain biking that involves negotiating your bike over very difficult terrain. That might be rocks or walls or even man-made objects such as skips and cars.
How long have you been doing this sport then?
So I started when I was 16. I saw a video of a very famous trials rider called Martin Ashton, and he actually inspired me. I wanted to do what he did more than anything else.
It seems quite a risky sport. Some might say it's too dangerous for them. Do you think it's so?
Actually, my personal view on it is the inverse. I feel that trials is very controlled, so I never take a leap from boulder to boulder without assessing the different options that might go wrong, trying to rule those out in my mind and controlling every single variable.
Do you say a silent prayer before you do go?
Yeah, I might quote a psalm, you know, the Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, and whom shall I be afraid?
What part does God play in your life and in your sport?
In the Bible it says that when you do something, whatever it may be, work as if you're working for God, not for man. And so I often try and think of that in my sport. So I try and do this as if this is an expression of worship to God. It's one way in which I can use my God-given talents.
Is this your paradise then?
Well, on a day like this it's quite hard to beat, isn't it? Down by the lakes, up here in the mountains, it's really wonderful. And it always makes me think, there's a verse in Romans that says, God's invisible qualities and his eternal power and his divine nature are revealed to us in creation. And I can't help but just thinking that when I'm out here.
Life is easy when you're up on the mountain. You got peace of mind like you've never known. But then things change and you're down in the valley. Oh, don't lose faith, for you're never alone. For the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, you make it right. And the God of the good times is still God in the bad times. The God of the day is still God in the night. You talk of faith when you're up on the mountain. Oh, but the talk comes easy when life's at its best. But it's down in the valley of trials and temptations, that's when faith is really put to the test. Oh, for the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, you make it right. You make it right. The God of the good times is still God in the bad times. The God of the day is still God in the night.
High on the slopes of Cadair Idris Mountain, the chair of Idris the Giant, according to folklore, is the Nunnery of the Carmelites, an order founded by the Lady of Mount Carmel. It seems that mountains are important to them also. Hello, sister.
Come and pick a branch. You pick that one
Oh,
there.
wow. What am I picking?
The red ones. Just the red ones.
So they are
Red currants.
red currants. Oh. Do you think if I was to join as a Carmelite nun,
Be lovely, wouldn't it?
what would I miss the most, do you think?
We do miss the fact that we won't have children. I mean, when our families, sisters and that, have a child, I mean, it's a tug on you, but this is what God wants, and I can help more people this way. I'd have got married and had half a dozen children, but the Lord said no, or something better.
Sister Ruth, you're the Mother Prioress here at the Carmelite Monastery. What a beautiful setting. Stunning, isn't it?
Well, it's very inspiring because everything reminds you of God. It's like a projection of God's glory, isn't it? And so it's bound to draw you deeper into the Lord.
So sisters, you're busy in the kitchen. What are you preparing for?
Well, the sisters will be going into the chapel just before midday to say prayer. And obviously they need to eat, so a sister has to cook the meal. So today we're having tuna and rice with courgettes, which Sister Benedetta has prepared mostly. It's a great joy to cook for the sisters, and well, I have not poisoned anybody yet. So
Fingers crossed.
Keep your fingers
Not
crossed.
today.
Not today, yeah.
Sister Benedetta, how did you come to be a part of the Carmelite community?
I am from Lithuania, and I came in prayer because Carmelite based on prayer and contemplation, and that is my part, my life.
One more, and I just put the vegetables on, then we'll pretty much through.
So that's for you
That's
later,
fine.
is it?
That's doggy bag. Thank you. Okay, that's lovely.
To spend a day with the Carmelite nuns, to witness their commitment to God, praying 7 times a day, cutting themselves off from their friends and their family, something perhaps I couldn't consider doing, but a great privilege.